You're tuning in to the Copacetic Hour.
This is the Copacetic Hour.
Why don't you just chill?
Why don't you just chill? Why don't you just chill?
Yes, this is the Copacetic Hour. Copacetic is a term meaning everything is fine, cool, and in excellent order. This podcast is an area for open discussion, but not for the weak-hearted nor the simple-minded. And although we may not always agree, we will always exemplify respect. But at the same time, nobody, and I do mean nobody, is exempt from getting these jokes. Everything is copacetic. Yes, this is the Copacetic Hour, episode 38. How's everybody doing today?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. So what's up, everybody? I'm your girl, Nunu. I am the founder of the newsstand where we're serving nothing but positivity, positive content, curating positive images of Black people, and also the owner of Positively Pretty Make Lash brand. Get at your girl.
Facts.
Hi, I'm Imani. I'm the founder of Mommy's Break. It's a nonprofit based in Atlanta. I'm also the author of Imani Means Faith, which will be released this upcoming December. Follow me on Instagram _Imani Watson, and my first name is spelled Imani.
Facts.
Girl, Sonata. I am the owner of Mood Swigs Mobile Bartending. You can follow me on Twitter at ByCY. Yeah, happy to be here.
Facts.
What's going on, man? It's your boy DQ, man. I'm the owner of Dream Living Group Homes, located here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. You find me Instagram, Snapchat, DQ_11.
Hi, my name is Alicia. Here in Detroit. Just happy to be a part of this.
Facts.
I'm Sonny, owner of Lifestyles Apparel. You can find me at Lifestyles Apparel with a Z, Lifestyles with a Z at the end, not an S. On Instagram, Facebook, www.lifestylesapparel.com, all that.
Facts.
What's going on?
Facts. Now let's jump right into it. So this podcast got a little more people than usual because, we're going to get into some deep topics this week. I feel like shit is going on and we need to keep it real with the youngsters out here. You know what I'm saying? Drop some knowledge. So this podcast is going to be about choices today. I want you guys to name a time where you made a wrong choice and explain what happened. And then name a time where you made a correct choice and explain how that turned out as well. All right, so in high school, I never actually got in trouble for anything. Although I did put myself in a lot of situations that I could have been in trouble. I used to have a friend who used to hide drugs in my locker in high school. All type of things. I used to have another friend where I crushed up vitamins and we used to go sell them to fiends. You know what I'm saying? I've been drinking since I was like 14. Because I've been this same height since 6th grade, I used to go into the liquor store and I was able to buy liquor. And I was having ragers at my house, having stupid parties. You know what I'm saying? Thank God nobody got hurt. Nobody got sexually assaulted. Nobody crashed a home drunk driving. You know what I'm saying? So I was fortunate to outlive all these bad decisions that I made. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've done fake drugs. I've bought liquor illegally. I didn't have orgies at the crib, all type of shit. Like I've done a whole lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful that none of those things came to bite me in the past. You know what I'm saying? You selling fiends fucking vitamin C, you know what I'm saying? Chopped up and powder selling it to them and shit. And they like, what is this? What is this? Like, nigga,
save the person doing that.
Yeah, and they could have came back and found you and been like, "Hey,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That could
yeah,
have got my ass.
It's two sides to that. I feel like
What do you mean?
you could have saved somebody.
that's
Like,
true.
imagine
Very true."
I'm a fiend and I'm fiending. You serve me this or whatever. This a fucking vitamin C tablet or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'm a think about this shit like that. Do I really need to? You know what I mean?
Hell
Or
yeah.
it ain't like you serving some fake dope to some niggas and like they really out here serving somebody for real.
Yeah,
like ain't
yeah.
nothing gonna happen to you. But it
No.
really probably turned out best that you was selling the fake dope.
I was boosting their immune system.
Right. You saved some life. That's why they came back.
But hey, you never know. Like if it would have been a real rock, nigga could have overdosed or died. You
It
probably
killed
saved
somebody,
them. That's
right.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you out here giving niggas chemical imbalances, bro. For real.
Real dope was a
You-
That's what I was
For
thinking.
real, bro. You could have killed the nigga off the vitamin C, for real.
That's what I was thinking.
Shit.
Yeah, you tripping, dog.
So, thank God none of that ever took back on me. Or vitamin A, I don't know. It was some shit that can't hurt you, nigga. You can't drink too much
But if
Gatorade.
they doing drugs though, their body is immune to that. That's why you can't just like
Mhm.
quit drugs. That's why they gotta like go down, tear them down.
They
and
give
put them
you,
on different
they give
Yeah.
you drugs to weed off of them.
And the crazy
Right.
shit,
stop doing no drugs. So if they coming to you, just if they come to you for 3 weeks straight, that's
Right.
3 weeks. They ain't had no real drugs. They can
Mhm.
fucking die.
They can
Yeah.
die from that.
yeah.
They can die from that. Yeah.
And the crazy shit is, at the time, being so immature and crazy, I didn't even think that shit was illegal. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I swear, I had no idea.
But because you felt like it's not like an illegal narcotic or no
Yeah,
weed.
it's
Like
not
Selling anything and not actually
Tell
selling
what it
you're
is.
saying
Yeah,
is
it's illegal.
period.
yeah.
Yeah, but at that time though, I'm thinking like, this it's just we take this shit all the time. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you just being stupid. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know. I think the best decision that I ever made at that time was to get out of my city, to go to Alabama and go to college. I feel like that's probably everybody around me was like dying, and my homies niggas is going to jail, people getting shot. You know what I'm saying? And I think the best decision I made was to leave. Although I think that if I wouldn't have left, my rap career probably would have took off. You know what I'm saying? But,
You stupid.
Here you
but,
go.
but
Here you go.
I had bars. But
Another local rapper.
right.
Freestyle session on at the end of this.
but the best decision out of all the stupid shit I did is that I went down to Alabama. I went to college, and I was down in that bitch by myself. You know what I'm saying? In the HBCU, living in the projects. You know what I'm saying? Because for whatever reason, my dorm was in the projects, literally.
I don't know why I didn't understand it was really that bad back then.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know.
And
Most of all the black college campuses, they
Yeah.
be in
in the projects.
the hood.
Yeah.
Right, they
Yeah,
still
smack in the hood.
Come on, you.
Yeah.
They still that.
Especially like Florida Memorial in Miami.
Yep.
That's right in Opelika, like right there.
Mm-hmm.
I just graduated from Clark in May, and I'm telling you, in May that's the hoodest part of.
I used to be at Clark all the time, right there.
Part of
They closed the projects. When I was there, the projects were still up.
Yeah, all the projects are tore down now.
Yeah.
They just tore down the last ones, so they're all gone now.
Yeah.
But it's still hood. It's abandoned houses. It looked like Detroit by Clark. It's so fucked up over there.
Yep. Definitely.
You wouldn't even think it's a big ass university, well, not a university, but a private school. You wouldn't even think
Cool, right?
and you wouldn't even think it's in the middle of it. Like really, 3 of them though, because it's Spelman and Morehouse too.
Your house, yep. Now, me going down there taught me that, it's more shit around than just Battle Creek. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn little simple shit that I had to learn how to survive by myself. You know what I'm saying? Even little shit like, nigga, my mom would wash my clothes when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to learn, like, how to wash clothes, how to budget my money. You ain't getting no money, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You down here by yourself. So if you fuck up your money for this month, That's it. You ain't got no money. You gonna be, begging niggas for noodles and shit or some shit. God damn it. Trying to win some money in a dice game. You goddamn. So out of all the shit, I think my breaking moment in my life was choosing to go to school, to go to college. Because I didn't even get accepted to Alabama State until like maybe 2-3 weeks before the school was starting. I got my letter to go to Alabama State because I wasn't even finna go to college. Shit was crazy.
Your good choice that you made.
Yeah, I feel like that's my good choice that I made. That was the best choice.
To choosing to leave your environment, basically your comfort.
Yeah.
In order to grow.
That was one of my best choices in life too.
Mine as well, to be honest.
To
be completely honest.
And I did it like basically just like you, even though I was done with undergrad college, I had been through that broke stage of life, but I was still like moving like across the country, and then I had a kid and I was by myself, and so I was scared, but that was like one of the best things I've ever decided to do. Getting away from everything that made me comfortable. Cause it was a real like it just really forces you into like a different space in life. Like, cause you don't got no choice but to go this way. Like life is pushing you away. So shit, you don't got no choice. Like you can't fly home every other weekend and be in your comfort zones. So shit.
Facts. Yeah, I was stuck in that bitch. I only went home, shit, Christmas break, shit, basically. Summer, Christmas break and summer. Wasn't no holidays, wasn't none of that shit.
I went to, I'm from Ben Harbor and I went to school in Kalamazoo, so it was easy for me to get home. But after I did undergrad, I moved to Miami. And that's when the real shit, that grown up shit really happened. I couldn't make it home for holidays sometimes. Do you know how that feel? Oh my God, do you know how that feel? Yeah, my nieces was born, just missing significant milestones in my family's life. Just, man, it was hard, but moving was one of the best decisions that I made.
Yes. I swear I had the same experience because I went to Grand Valley for undergrad, and I was like, I'm from Chicago, but I spent most of my life in Kalamazoo. So I was close to both places. I was back and forth, literally. Me and my son's father, we laugh about it now. Like, that's why we were so fucking broke. We drove to Kalamazoo and Chicago every fucking weekend from Grand Rapids or Allendale when I was living out there. And that, like, I was going home all the time. So moving to Georgia, and I couldn't go home.
Right.
And then, like you said, my brother had 2 kids. I'm here. I'm just like, it's a real test. That's what it is. It's like, it's a test, but it was the best, like you said, best choice I ever made.
Best.
What about you, Sinead? What are some bad choices that you made in life?
Not choosing myself.
Come on, sister.
My loyalty and my selflessness has put me into predicaments that have definitely affected my life.
Okay.
Yeah, just trying to be there for people and not understanding that people can't be there for me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just learning how to choose myself. A lot of that is being an only child, like my childhood dynamic and like, how I grew up, how I was raised, how I was taught to be a person and things of that sort.
Okay.
So learning just basically just how to be a person in the world though. You know what I mean? When you grow up as a child, you only know your dynamic. You only know home. Like I'm sitting in my childhood home right now.
Okay.
And this is like, I be going through shit because I left here for 9 years.
Right.
And like my life changed in 2020. So like even being in my childhood home, it just be a lot of shit. Like my mother's no longer alive. I'm going through life trying to figure out things. And it's like, I look back at some of those bad decisions that I made, or, you know what I mean? People tell you, what's right, but we choose to go left. You know what I mean? Your parents give you the tools. You have people that, older people that come into life as far as mentees or mentors or whatever, coaches. When you, that first freshman seminar that you sit down to at your college university, where they tell you, you know what I mean, what you here for. But it's up to you to actually perform. It's up to you to be successful. It's up to you to choose to go right when left is right here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that just I've come to surface with a lot of my bad decisions as far as just not being selfish, like knowing that hey, this is what's here. This what you got. But oh, so and so need me to do this, and if I sacrifice this, this might happen. Like nah, just kind of just like just having to come to terms with my just being real with myself. Like hey, you made some bad decisions, and you don't nobody owe you. It ain't nobody else's fault. You did that. Like I had an awesome mother. She gave me all the tools. She showed me all type of shit. She was an educator. She was offered to the community. Like I know everything, but I chose to do other things. And she would even just sit back and just be like, okay, you know what I mean? So I've had to come to terms with a lot of just and some of it it's not even just being I can say that some of it was just even being selfish. Me thinking that, hey, if I play this certain position, if I do this or whatever, that this is gonna be returned onto me. That's not life. So it's best to just do what's right, do what you know you're supposed to be doing, be yourself, and you never know what's gonna come to you when you actually just doing the right things, walking your own path, doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? If you're supposed to be the cook, be the cook. Don't try to be the maid and the cook. You know what I mean? It ain't your job. You know.
Right.
So I just learning to just come to terms with just life. Like you know what I mean? Like just being real with self.
That's deep.
I mean, like start with the bad. It's so much bad though, but most of my bad is illegal, so I won't go into like no details. But it's really I don't know, like you was around me, so
Yeah.
it's just you already seen like I just at an early age I took a path I ain't have to. I could have did like I could have went to school
Yeah.
and all of that got away. I should have did that and got away from where I was at instead of going down the route I was going down. But I got sidetracked. I lost my mom's before 15 and stuff. I didn't care about a lot of stuff, so I wasn't really. My whole mental was different. Like it was. I wasn't caring about all of that no more, and I could have did all of that. Like I was like so.
Facts.
Uh, but like it took a lot. It took a lot for me to learn and get straight and think about the positive out of everything I did from getting locked up. I had kids and a lot of stuff, so I could start thinking about more than just myself. Really though, because a lot that's where all my decisions was just leading. You already know, jail, dead, and everybody around me the same way. So, it really took me, seeing my daughter and crying and stuff like that to really make me start wanting to, switch up and getting a different lane than what I was doing. It took a lot. It took a minute. It took a minute. You know me. So it's so much. I'm like, we could go. It's so much we could talk about. We could go into, but
I didn't know how deep you wanted to get. Like,
that's why I'm like,
I figured some
it's so
stuff you
much.
could talk about because it's over. Like you wouldn't serve your time. You know what I'm saying? So it's done. But that's up to you, though. I would say.
I mean, the biggest thing, my biggest problem out of so much stuff was hustling,
Yeah.
So I ain't want to stop hustling. I ain't want to give up my, that type of lifestyle, and it it fucked me over, but I had to learn. That's just how I had to learn. I had to bump my head to learn. I had to go through what I went through and see. I'm lucky to be here right now. So that's why I'm like the best move I made. Like that's what I'm saying. Just like with this business stuff, I was already on this and already thinking about
Yeah.
the business and already invested into being a businessman and getting out the streets and stuff like that. But I was stuck in my lifestyle. I was stuck in it, so I never really put 100% time into it. I wasn't even putting 30% time in. I'm putting just little time in it, and I got my sister was on my head, she was on my neck and stuff. She wanted me out bad, but I was doing what I do. So that's what I'm saying. All of that hurting the people that's close to you. It made me get right and act like as far as after going through all of that back to back and stuff. Like once I finally did take the time, like luckily I had already planted the seeds and everything was already started as far as the business that I'm doing now. Everything was already like in motion, and I just slowed it down by going through all my stuff. But once I got out, well, I still had problems after that. But after that, once I really was 100% in, doing what I'm doing, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the best thing I ever could have did, And now I'm away from
Facts.
home, and that's even better, So that's the best thing I could have did is be focused on what I'm focused on now, because I would have been further. I would have been further in the right way, in the right direction than the wrong direction. Like, I just feel like I wasted a lot of time because everything I was doing then, it got took away. Everything, I
Yeah.
was doing a lot of shit that could get snatched from you and stuff. And now I got stuff going where you can't just take it from me. So I'm actually building something that I can teach my kids and
Yeah.
and the people under me and little cousins and all of that to so they can get on that same thing and help them, because we done took a lot of L's. So
I remember. So me and this nigga, right? We send funny shit to each other every day, right? Every single day. So I'm writing this nigga. It's like 4 days that went by. This nigga ain't wrote back. I'm like, I write his sister, like, what's going on? He was like, yeah, he ain't gonna be writing you for a few days, for a minute. I'm like, oh, god damn it, shit.
it was supposed to be a minute.
Right.
You wasn't gonna hear me for a minute. But I knew, hey, it was funny though, because that's what I'm saying. I asked about you. I asked about you, and it's like, oh, he just wrote and asked about you and stuff. Because I was like, he probably thinking, he been hit me up every day. It was a minute went by. I'm like, he probably thinking where he at, but I was like, he should know. He should know something went left, because I was kind of telling you,
Yeah.
I was getting right, but I was telling you I still had, you can't dip from your past.
Yeah.
So.
You gotta. It catches up to you. You know what I'm saying? For sure. What about you, Nunu?
Bad decision. I think that my worst decision was really not speaking up for myself.
Okay.
And allowing myself to have bad company and shit around me.
Okay.
Trying to see the good in people. But you know how you know when motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, that ain't really the type of people you should be around and be influenced by, But me just going through what I was going through, being away from my family, never going to college before, just trying to be cool.
Right.
I should have been protecting my damn energy and my peace, because I wouldn't have been out there fighting and all that shit that y'all know that the Jetters was doing and all that. And you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I'm just the type of person that, like, I'm a Virgo, so I'm a people pleaser. Like, I'm cool. I know I'm cool. So it's like, I feel like nobody should not like me because I be cool.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I would allow certain behavior from people and just because they was cool. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, no. If you don't like that shit, you need to speak up. And it's just like, it wasn't even, I noticed that it wasn't even just people, but it's just everybody. Like, I just let people just kind of low key treat me any kind of way. And it just, no. You know, I feel like that's the worst decision, because if I would have loved myself or cared about myself enough more, or to spoke up even to say like, hey, I don't like when you do that, I would have saved myself a lot of turmoil, a lot of time, and a lot of energy from wouldn't even been fucking with, certain people.
Right. That's deep.
And like, those people got me in, like, you get into stupid ass little situations that you wouldn't even get in.
Yeah. Just
that ain't really you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit ain't you. And people be like, bro, what is you on?
That's deep. That's deep.
And it's like, no shade. You know what I'm saying? I love all my friends that I've ever had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with my friends and I don't regret nothing, but it's just like, I know if I would have stood up for myself more, either boundaries would have been created or people would have been eliminated, and that just would have been that.
Facts.
That's real.
That's real. For sure. What about you, Alicia?
See, I had to think about that because, like, growing up, I've always been like the goody two shoes type of person. So I really didn't get into much of anything.
Me too. I was the goody two shoes. Is this nigga bad influence on me? Goddamn it!
He was the bad influence.
Yeah, he was the bad influence.
Then you turned him off.
Nah, man, he was hanging with everybody. He was hanging with everybody. He was hanging with everybody. Say what?
I said, don't make him the blame for making you jump off the porch.
No, he was already look. That's how he linked up with me. He was already
I was
hanging around
already
the
off
wrong
the
people.
porch, but I was an
He was
athlete. So
I ain't making no better though.
I
But
lived double lives. I lived a double
I
life.
lived a couple lives.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He did. He lived like 3-4 lives.
I lived a couple lives. I'm sorry, Alicia. Go ahead. I apologize.
No, you're good. It's fine. No, but I mean, honestly, only thing that I can think of that I feel like was a mistake was because I was such a a goody two shoes, I never really allowed myself to experience life the way that I wanted to.
Okay.
So now, I don't know. I think that a good mistake was having my son, because having him really, really opened my eyes to things that I wanted to do in life. And now I'm doing them.
That's deep. That's dope.
Yeah.
Especially when people put off you when you have kids, not purposefully. They're like, "Oh, you fucking up your life,"
Or
and
they
all
be trying
this
to say
shit.
what you can't do because you got a kid now,
Right.
when that
You know what I'm
ain't
saying?
true.
That ain't true at all. You can always persevere, and that be your inspiration. That's what makes you get to
Go hard.
you know what I'm saying? Get to where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Facts. I totally agree with that. What about you, DQ?
Shit, man. Honestly, I struggle a little bit with this topic. I mean, shit, because I had a hell of amount of bad decisions that I made growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even some bad decisions coming into my adult life. But the thing what for me was when I was making these bad decisions, especially as an adolescent, I wasn't looking at them like they was bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? So
same here.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The shit was normal to me. Everything around me, you know what I'm saying? This all I know. I was just a product of my environment. So, I mean, like some of the shit we used to do something called find a nigga, drop a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we're driving around and find somebody just lacking and see who got the hardest punch or who can stick them up and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we used to just do this shit like that. But to us, it was fun and games. You know what I'm saying? And like everything was laughable. We didn't have no fear of consequences. And just thinking that 16, 17 years old, we running around here, you know what I'm saying, just doing silly shit like that with no fear of consequences. And I think that's where a lot of our, like some of the young dudes right now, you know what I'm saying, they in the war zone right now, because when we was doing shit, yeah, we may have situations where we're robbing nigga, but with no intent to shoot nobody. But these niggas, they ain't Call of Duty right now. So they shoot everything. Everything is play for them right now. So I think that was the biggest difference. We didn't have a fear of consequences, but we never had an intent to want to like cause great harm on people like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it was just little shit like that, man. We used to do this shit all the time. Like literally, just go find somebody downtown, stick him up, or find somebody downtown, see who got the hardest punch, and drop him, clean his pockets, and laugh about it in the car. You know what I mean? So it was just shit like that was going on a regular. I think probably some of the best decisions that I've made was probably leaving my situation and actually trying to pursue this whole college thing. And the whole college decision came from one of my boys get shot. So we was going to buy some guns from somebody, and he the niggas we was buying the guns from tried to rob him. You know what I'm saying? And then when he got shot, it was just like it was on go from there. And that put me in a place where it's just like, okay, well, I know death is all around me, but that was the first time death was like on the front porch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, so now you know what I'm saying, it's time to make some decisions at that point. So I applied to one college. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga.
I applied to one college. As soon as a motherfucker sent me back and said you accepted, I got the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even finish, because I was at GRCC for about a year, and I ain't even finished getting my associates, and I got the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of those things. And then I mean, I know even you know, so we was close in college. You would always ask me, bro, why you don't ever go to the crib? Man, it would, you know what I'm saying, wasn't no shit like that.
Yeah.
And anytime I bring any of my niggas up here, they was always on some bullshit trying to stick up niggas up here. So it just, I had to create that separation from that. And I think just being around people in college, you know what I'm saying, surrounding myself around different type of people, it kind of helped me. I struggled with it my first couple of years at Western. Like I tell everybody that all the time. I struggled with that shit my first couple of times at Western because it was a culture shock for me. Because the hood is all I knew. You know what I'm saying? Nobody in my family ever went to college. I'm the only person, you know what I'm saying, to go to college, not just household, but just, you know what I'm saying, my whole side of my family, cousins and everything.
But what you were struggling with, like what you wasn't clicking with people and just
I think it was I had this shit in my mindset where it's just like I'm better than these niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all these niggas, they were just weird to me though. You know what I'm saying? I used to say that shit all the time. These niggas weird. First time going to a party, I see a whole bunch of niggas like dancing around in boots and shit. So like me and my niggas, we you know what I'm saying? We get on tip. So it was just like, I ain't never seen none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen no Greek shit, none of that. So seeing all that was a culture shock for me. And it got to the point where I was on the road every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I can't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be in no college. I even stopped going for a whole semester. And but it was one of those things, man, like just surrounding myself with people that was holding me accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one thing I did respect about my niggas that I met in college versus the niggas that I had back at the crib. The niggas at the crib, they'll let you hit your head and don't say shit about it. You know what I'm saying? But everybody in college, they held me accountable. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't scared. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't scared to hold me accountable. And I think once I started listening to that and actually start, you know what I'm saying, basing all my decisions off that, I think everything kind of just shifted for me. And I mean, I had hella childhood trauma that I never dealt with. And going up into college and shit, I would try to use, you know what I'm saying, fucking with girls or doing, you know what I'm saying, just doing silly shit to kind of just magnify that where I don't have to deal with that whole trauma piece. And with that, a lot of people around me suffered because I never deal with none of that trauma. And really, I didn't really start dealing with it until I got well adjusted to my adult life. And now I'm looking back at it like, damn, maybe I would have went left right here. You know what I'm saying? If I would have had this, and this right here would have been full circle for me. Maybe I want to make this decision. This right here would have been full circle for me. So I think dealing with that trauma piece was a big deal as far as making the right decision for me. But like I said, it took for me to surround myself around people to actually call me out, challenge me, and hold me accountable as far as the decisions I was making.
Facts. Okay, so I want to jump right into the next topic, and it's just it just relates to that. Like, why did we make all these choices? Why do people go down these wrong paths? Is it our youth? You know what I'm saying? Is it that, you know, people have to hit rock bottom before they're ready to do right? You know, so why do we choose to go down these paths?
I think that it's basically a lot about what DQ was just saying about trauma. You know, sometimes you don't even realize what was traumatic in your life because you think the shit is normal and it's really not. You don't realize how it's affecting you till you isolate yourself and you get away from it in a whole completely different environment and you see, you know what I'm saying, that's really not normal. And you know what I'm saying? And it's a whole process to, for one, accept it and then to deal with it. Because it's something that I actually had a current experience with. Like, just understanding, like, damn, that's why I was reacting like that, because I'm on some bullshit because I need to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? About some shit that happened a long time ago.
Yeah. So the only reason I feel like I'm not a full-fledged street nigga is because I got shot at my freshman year. I was on Congress, right in the heart of the hood. I was on Congress, chilling at my grandma's house. I wasn't even at my grandma's house. I was around the corner from my grandma's house. I was at a party, and I was with all my hood niggas, all my hood friends, all these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Some of them not here today, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? And we had a party get out, we walking down the hill. This is freshman year, you know what I'm saying? We walking down the hill. We walking. All we hear is a motherfucking car skirt up, and niggas get to shooting. And all you hear is, you see the sparks, because it was on a hill. So when they were shooting, it was still hitting the top of the hill. And all you can see is like the the bullets like scraping the ground, the sparks. You know what I'm saying? And my dumbass and me and like 6 other people dumbasses, we ran up the hill instead of running this way, cutting through. So these 3 niggas got away, you know what I'm saying? And then the rest of me and everybody else was ran around my grandma's backyard. And so these niggas is in the car, they circling around. So we cut through like some woods that's right there, right in front of my grandma's house. And they shooting again. Shooting. Fucking bullets hitting the trees and like exploding and shit. And one of my homeboys, this nigga like the fastest nigga I know at the time. This nigga, like, it was like a fence on the ground, and this nigga fell on the fence, and like everybody running, you know, everybody ahead of me, of course. So when I got to him, I pick him up, like, nigga, come on, nigga, what you doing? Falling and shit. And we hid inside this girl house in the back of her house, and her mama was like, get y'all asses out of here. Y'all can't be here with us. Y'all can't be in here with us. And then ever since then, nigga, I started to go to football practice after that, nigga. I was done. I was that brought the bit. That brought
you was throwing the parties that was getting shot up.
That was brought the bitch out of me. God damn it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that chose my path for me. You know what I'm saying? That experience. I didn't want to experience that shit no more. Like I had a taste of it and I was good.
I think a lot of people don't get those same experiences, or they get those same experiences, but once they get them, they so normalized. So I know, like, for me, growing up in the hood, drugs was normalized. Murder was something that we laughed at. You know what I'm saying? All that shit was normal. Single parent households was a normal thing.
Yeah.
Physical abuse, that was a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I didn't realize half this shit wasn't normal until I get around my friends who, you know what I'm saying, who didn't have those same type of lifestyles.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying, we telling stories and shit, and then I'm telling my stories, everybody get quiet in the room, like, damn, nigga, like, we need to call CPS. So it just like, but it was just like, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like things like that. It was normalized for us growing up. So like I swear to God, bro, like a lot of the shit that we went through on a day-to-day basis, like even being enraged, like that was some shit we laugh about, because it was just like, it came to a point where it wasn't a scary thing and it wasn't a fearful thing. And I always tell niggas, some of the most, like, I guess some of the niggas who not scared of shit in the world, fuck army, and no disrespect to anybody that served the country, but some niggas in the hood, I seen niggas who were literally being shootouts with motherfuckers, bro. And I'm just like, bro, like you have no fear of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think it was so normalized to us. Our music normalize it. You know what I'm saying? The things we watch. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we exposed to, even now with social media, it's definitely a normal thing now, man. So I mean, I feel bad for a lot of the kids right now who actually got to deal with that type of shit that's going on in society where everything is being exposed. You know what I mean? So
all the shit I did, nigga, it's nowhere to be found. There's no evidence of none of this shit. I could be lying right now. You know what I'm saying? For all intents and purposes, in case something come back at me, I am lying right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? There's no documentation of none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't imagine being a kid right now and I'm having my super duper parties and we doing all this crazy shit. And
even in college though, like,
you know what I'm saying?
When in the good days, the camera phones wasn't like that. You had to take your digital camera to the party.
Yeah.
And you wasn't finna do all that.
Yeah.
You weren't doing
You
all
had to
that.
take your digital camera to the party and put your stuff on Facebook the next day.
We used to be wilding out in the party and they had to worry about shit going on Snapchat and none of that.
Nothing, because your phone camera was not doing that.
Parties was better back then. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes, they were, because everybody was dancing and having fun. They wasn't worried about
trying
to be cool.
It wasn't a bunch of phones out lit up.
All that.
That's even how the club be. Phones everywhere, just all the time lit up. So it wasn't like that at all. You was focused.
That's fair. Like I want to after this episode, Ernie, you have to give me everybody's address because I have to send y'all copies of my book because I feel like y'all will relate so deeply to this book because it's all about that.
I don't want
Like
a
it's all
copy of
about
your book.
Yeah,
childhood
send it.
Waiting for the
For
link to
sure.
drop in.
I'll
Yeah.
definitely read it.
and Ernest
Mm.
and Sonetta, they know. Like I was
Yeah.
a kid dealing with some real
Real shit.
adult shit.
Yes.
Like I'm talking like 15, 16 years old. Like, and I was living the lives y'all was living when y'all was 19, 20. Like y'all had a little more freedom to do the shit. Like this wasn't by choice for me to live that life.
Yeah.
So you talk about childhood trauma. It's
Mm.
so like
Facts.
I just like hearing y'all say this shit, it just had like touch. Like I'm just like, oh my God, like they
Mhm.
would really relate to this and like be able to understand because like you said, you had a recent experience. I'm 25 years old and I'm telling you, I didn't live the life of like a 40-year-old. Like
Facts.
I'm just now getting to a space where I can pull myself away from everything that I was used to. Like people my age, they still in it. Like they still living it. They ain't even reached that point where they can kind of realize that something ain't right. I was 17 years old realizing that something don't really seem right here. Like
Mhm.
everybody normalizing this shit. Like you talk about drugs and shit like that. I was in high school selling weed. Why am I selling weed? I can do what I want to do at 17 years old. I can walk out the house when I want to. I could talk to dudes 3, 4, 5 years older than me. I could do whatever I want to do. Ain't nobody protect the people that's protecting me, Ernest and the fucking Sigmas, and I'm 17. Where are my parents? Like like it was real. So I definitely relate on that level when it comes to like you don't even the stuff you doing, like what I was doing back then, like you said, fighting at every party. We getting every party fucking shut down. We in group fights. I'm going to people job fighting them. I'm not going to school. Like Taja and Ernest and them gotta make me get like, no, you're going to school today. I'm in the fucking 12th grade. Like I'm skipping school every single day, like, just doing all type of shit. And it's like I wasn't choosing to do that. It's just like this is the lifestyle I'm in. Shit, it's normalized
Mhm.
everywhere around me. So this is just what I'm doing. Like, so I don't
Facts.
really think it's a choice when you come from like real trauma. Like you just kind of
Yeah.
fall within a space and then
Yep.
you kind of consume that space
Mm.
for whatever it is.
Mhm.
I agree with that. And we're gonna buy
Mhm.
your book. I don't want to send shit. We're gonna
Yeah.
buy the book.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
want to. Yeah, we want to
but
support you.
I just love when people like relate because it's just like damn, like even though I knew that I wasn't in those spaces alone, and you could tell it in my writing as a fucking 16-year-old, I know that there's other people out there that's going through this shit, but it's just still
Yeah.
like, something about hearing people say it. Like even when I go to like rally, like not rallies, but like
Hmm.
I'll go to shit here in Atlanta, and it's all black people, so everybody around this bitch traumatized. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
talking to people who millionaires who've been through the same shit you've been through, then you just be like, oh wow, like it just feels so good. Like I don't know, just like to know that somebody else was there, they came out just like you coming out, or y'all both, or they advanced, they been came out some years ago. It's just all of it. It feels great.
Hmm.
That's deep.
I think having this open dialogue will make people feel more comfortable to actually talk about some of their traumas as it's happening. Because I know with me, I use hanging around people who I knew wasn't going through the same shit I was on as a defense mechanism, so I wouldn't have to deal with my trauma. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
would I would mask my trauma with being around certain people. And I ain't gonna lie, me even becoming a Sigma was a whole identity thing. Okay, well, if I become a Sigma, I can close the door on all my childhood trauma. I don't have to worry about no type of other shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like
Man, nigga.
everything that I did was just like these niggas used to be mad at me online because it's just like I'm having to leave 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm dealing with some real life shit going on.
Yeah,
But it
yeah,
was just
hell
like
yeah.
everything that I did was me masking all the bullshit that I had going on back at the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So and I never allowed it to come full circle, or I never allowed it to actually surface around the people that I was trying to, I guess, aspire to be like. And I think until I actually just had that conversation with myself, like, you know what, this is you. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with it. And once you deal with it and take it on, you know what I'm saying, head strong, you'll be straight. And but with me, it didn't happen until shit, I probably say the end of college where I actually say, you know what, I need to deal with this because I'm moving around here. I'm making money. I'm doing this. I'm fucking whatever girl, whatever. but it's just like I was still hurt inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was hurt bad inside. And I think once I had that conversation and just those mental breakdowns, it was just like, you know what, something has to change. But I do realize once things change, my circle changed, and my circle became a lot smaller. A lot of the people that I thought was my best friends or my brothers and shit like that, I won't fucking with them no more because you know we weren't doing the same things no more. And I always told myself, you know what, if I have some game, I'm gonna give it to my niggas. If I had the tools to be successful, I'm gonna give it to my niggas. But when I will reach back, it was just like, oh yeah, bro, you want some other shit right now. So that circle started, you know what I'm saying, becoming very, very small. And those are challenging moments too, because those are the times I question myself, like, damn, am I doing the right thing now? Because everybody around me seemed to start they disappearing at this point. So am I doing the right thing now?
Yeah, I can definitely relate.
I was just about to say that, like, when you dealing with shit like that, like you trying to surround yourself or mask yourself with people who doing shit that you're not doing or that you want to do but not quite there, then you have to deal with a third kind of element of it, which is yo niggas from back at home. They like, what the fuck is you on? When I say when you just said that, it just takes back to when people all of my friends, all they say to me is, you want to be white so bad because I went to college, like. But at the time, it's like at 19, I'm thinking like, shit, why am I doing this? I could be back at home doing the same shit they doing. Like,
Always
that's real shit.
This light though that you knew you was different though. Like you never like were a follower though, Imani. Like I want you to understand that. Like even me being older and looking at you, it was like I didn't have to like I it was like I would look at you like she get it. Like it was like what you're saying, like me hearing you talk like this is like reassuring, like dang, like I'm looking at you like you the big dog. Like for real. Cause it's like growing up, I didn't even realize how fucked up my childhood was until probably like 2 years ago. I didn't even realize like growing up in the hood, like I thought we was like one of the more well-off families in the hood. You know what I mean? Like no,
everybody thought y'all were
murdered right here. Got murdered in the backyard, you know what I mean? Motherfucking cousins that got picked up and died, their parents, and all type of shit didn't happen. I thought it was normal. Until I got to Michigan State and I'm meeting other Black people, and it's like, okay, you got good grades, you a good girl, but you ain't grew up like I grew up. We ain't got shit to talk about, you know what I mean? So I found myself trying to fit in with other people, wanting to be like this, wanting to do this, and it was like I was not even faking it. It was like, it didn't even feel right. It was like I was by myself.
Okay.
And so I found myself coming home a lot to get that energy, to feel love, to feel like I'm something. And I would come home and it's like, damn, like, oh, you home, woo, woo. But shit, I'm not even really performing where I'm really supposed to be performing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a lot.
Why
and
is
me
that?
Processing it now, like.
Why is that? Why is it so hard? It's like some people leave and they want to be loved by their hometown or they people they grew up with so bad. Like they want that affection from people that they grew up with so bad. When they can move on to bigger and better things, but they need that adulation from people that they grew up with. Why is that?
Some people just be used to being popular. I feel like they don't want to feel like they don't want to feel lame. They don't want to feel like they nobody. They don't want to start from scratch.
Exactly. You grew up
there and not even.
With me, it was a little different because I never was like, I'm known, but I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm like just popular, like just like that. I feel like people know me, whatever. But like, like in college, I was lame in college. Like I was involved, but it was like you only knew me if you was involved with what I was involved with. It was like I thought Detroit people was fake as hell. Like, and I got some of my close friends is Detroit natives. You know what I mean? But I just didn't feel like where I fit in. And it was like, okay, you from Kalamazoo, you country. You know what I mean? Like, so it was just like, I didn't know what to do. So I didn't know I shouldn't work. I started making big girl money at a young age. And that's where I fucked up at. Like, I forgot that school was the math. Like, that's why I was in East Lansing. Right. I got off into working and I'm making, I'm 20 years old, bringing $1,000 home a week. You couldn't tell me shit.
Right.
So it was like, that's where I fucked up at. Like, I wanted to feel like, I had to feel like myself, like whole. And like coming home, it was like, oh, you doing good because you at Michigan State. You doing good, but nobody really knew if I was doing good or not.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's two sides to this shit. It's weird.
Yeah. I think my reinsurance came from I was already in a situation where nobody around me went to college. Nobody in my family went to college. So me going to college was like, I'm going to college because motherfuckers say it's time to go to college. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you could be successful. So when I went off, I already went off scared. I already went off, you know what I'm saying, feeling like this is not the right thing for me to be doing. I already went off. My niggas back at the crib making hella money right now, and I'm up all night typing papers. So me going home, I wanted that reinsurance from everybody, from you know what I'm saying, from everybody around me or people that I looked up to, like, hey bro, you doing the right thing, keep doing it. And I think that's why a lot of us who come from those same type of backgrounds, when we go back to the crib, we need that reinsurance, because a lot of times we when we go to college, we're not going based off like everybody in our family went to college. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying, it's some type of tradition that's going on. A lot of times it's like, shit, nigga, you the last hope for the family, or you the last hope, you know what I'm saying, for your circle. So
Right.
I needed that reinsurance from everybody that I was cool with, and I wasn't getting that. You know what I'm saying? I was getting like, oh nigga, you think you better than this now because you went to college.
Nigga,
this. So
Yeah,
that shit the
same.
worst, bro.
That's my pet.
Shit was the
I
worst,
hate that.
bro.
That's my pet peeve, bro. When niggas be like, "Oh, you not the same no more."
The worst for family. You think you know more.
I literally was thinking the other day, like, if I don't hate nothing more than I hate a species of people, I hate when people tell me I want to be white or I think I'm better.
Man,
like,
bro.
no, I
You
don't.
find it laughable because it's ignorant as fuck.
Like, I don't think that at all. I wish we all were doing it. Like, I don't think that at all.
Yes.
And it's like, how you gonna tell me that I think I'm better? You think I'm better because I never said that.
Right. And that's why I say, like,
Thank you.
when I was first speaking earlier to what DQ said, like, it creates like a third element. Cause like you said, you go home because you want reassurance. Like, that's why I would go back to Kalamazoo and Chicago every single weekend. My first year at Grand Valley, I hated it. Like, me at Grand Valley, and then I came from the hood of Kalamazoo and Chicago. I never not lived in the hood. So to go from those places to go to Grand Valley, it was like a huge culture shock. So I wanted to go home because I did want people to be like, you know, like, good job and shit like that. But like you said, definitely would be like the opposite from the people that you didn't want it to be from. So it creates like a third, almost like not a personality, but just like a third part of you that you have to cater to now. Like,
I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, when I go home,
I'm sitting here listening to you all talk about your stories, and I'm thinking, like, man, like, my life was the complete opposite. Like, I grew up where, I grew up where essentially I was one of the 5 Black families in the neighborhood.
Wow.
So yeah, so I mean, my family, like, we always had to have that perfect, you know, stature kind of look, because if we did something wrong, then of course, you know, so
talk in the neighborhood.
Right, exactly. So I don't know.
That's
definitely
deep.
grew up different.
That's a different
like I'm left.
Yeah, when I went to Western, it was actually a culture shock for me because I had never been around a lot of Black people. As weird as that might sound, yeah, that was my culture shock.
Wow. It ain't that many niggas at Western though. Like,
that's what I was saying. I was gonna say, you had this shit.
It ain't.
Woo. The Black population of Michigan State. It was
girl,
like
you come down Michigan State, you come down here to Clark, you damn near would have went back home. Like, it would have been
you in
because
Wakanda.
coming to Clark for me was a fucking culture shock. And I ain't doing nothing but Black people. But to come to a school
strippers with 4.0s at Clark.
Everybody's like the teachers, the people in the lunchroom, the janitors, everybody, the security. That shit is weird.
So Alicia, how did, like, growing up in your environment, like, how did that differ for you compared to us? Like, you have your own trauma that you grew up with. Did you just deal with racism all the time and it become like some normal shit that you just had to deal with? And you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. I remember, like I said, I had that perfectionist kind of mentality because of that. And I will never forget, like, one of the times when when my family moved here, like, 'cause we were from New Jersey. But when we moved here, I started trying to make friends, and like nobody wanted to be my friend. I was like always a loner type person. And then eventually, as time progressed, more Black people started coming to the schools, which was cool. But with like the friends that I had already, like I couldn't mix with like a lot because I'm trying to say this in the right way. Like I had Black people upset with me thinking that I was trying to be white or whatever because I initially just hung out with white people.
Right.
And people always tried to fight me. So like I never really had like I was an outside with the people that were Black, and I was an outside with the people that were white too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah, that is.
That's deep.
Wow.
Kind of like you don't even know where you
Because it's like, where do I
I
fit?
know.
If
It's
it's
an
not
identity
Black and it's
crisis
not
like
white,
a
then where
mug.
do I go? That's crazy.
And as a kid or a teenager or a child without
Yeah.
that can really fuck you up in the head.
That's deep.
Like
Mhm.
create some identity issues because you
Yeah, I
like
was just about to say that's a huge identity crisis, and it's probably even hard to even get that reassurance from your parents because if they're only one of the few Black families in the neighborhood, it's almost kind of like, you know what I'm saying, we still trying to get in where we fit in too, and feel like, okay, we can call this place home. So
exactly. So
that shit have to be tough.
This week's episode is sponsored by the Design Lab at Shutterstock & Co. From logos and business cards to invitations and custom tees, the Design Lab is your one-stop shop for graphics. The Design Lab is the sole creator for copacetic merchandise, available now. Use your promo code COPACETIC for 10% off your copacetic merchandise. Shop now using the link in our bio. Back to the podcast. Moving into our next topic, the consciously copacetic segment. And, we've been talking about mistakes and wrong paths and all this negative shit. You know what I'm saying? So we all make mistakes. First question I want to ask is, what is your process when it comes to decision making?
No, I told y'all recently I've been having some childhood trauma emerge that I've been having to deal with. And as far as decision making, I've learned that you really cannot react. You cannot let your decisions be based off your emotions or
facts,
even your thoughts in those moments. For real. Because you really sometimes your emotions is just a feeling that's gonna go away. So you do some shit that you gonna regret based on that, you're gonna feel that shit in one way or another.
Deal with all the consequences.
For real.
Yes.
So it's like you gotta be careful. For me, it's like now, based on this whole situation, it's like when some shit happened and I gotta make a decision, I gotta just step back and I gotta pray about it. Facts. Okay. Because I'm probably gonna feel I'm gonna feel how I'm gonna feel, but I'm gonna pray about it. And I'm gonna chill. Take a little time to really make sure I understand what's going on, because I've reacted based on my own assumptions in my head that I didn't really understand the situation correctly, did some stupid shit, and I gotta deal with it based on my own misunderstanding,
Yes.
Like, you sound like you just be jumping on people as soon as you pissed. You just jump on a motherfucker.
No.
Not no more.
No, that's not me at all.
No.
We grow.
I'm like, damn, it sounds like she wanted to like.
No, you guys know I'm sweet. They used to just make me work the doors at the parties and stuff. I'm just a little firm.
That's why they had you working the door, because you on that. She was security. You can't
No,
have nobody
because
working
everybody
the door
got to
that's too
pay.
soft.
Everybody got to pay. They be trying to get too many people passes. No, everybody got to pay.
You one of the people that be searching certain people but not everybody.
You had to, because it was college people and then the locals to try to come in. We had to make sure
See,
it wasn't
that's
too
what I
much.
used to be talking about when you invite somebody to a party, man. That type of shit right there.
No, but it's just like, we know as college people, as college kids, we not on that type of time though. We already know that.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't have to worry about us, because we know we really not on that type of time. And the niggas that is not coming to the party, they gonna be outside the party afterwards. That's something you gotta deal with later. But when you trying to come in the party and you on that type of time, those two worlds don't really need to, that's people.
But he be inviting people like that. Like, he be inviting everybody like that.
Did.
When you
Everybody did.
But when you show up and you getting that treatment and that pat down and shit, it be like, damn, he like, what's I'm like, damn, you told us pull up, like, take your hoodie off.
But no, what
That shit funny, though.
What I was saying wasn't even based on vice. It's just on just looking back on just shit that I did. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that I felt like was mistakes, and just growing from them, and just now, like, it's like I knew it was a mistake then, but it's like now realizing why I did it. You know what I'm saying? And why I reacted, and what was really the trigger for it. That's some whole other shit. But it's like trigger? Now it's different. Like I grew up in the hood too. Like I dealt with a lot, like sexual abuse on a lot of levels, and verbal abuse, you know what I'm saying, just abuse in general. So it's like I got a lot of different, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of different things that I had to go through.
It could be anything though.
And it's like I didn't realize I was reacting in a certain way to that shit. I thought I was good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you gotta really make sure that you, when it comes to those decision-making times, and even when unexpected shit happen, you really gotta stop. If you're a spiritual person, you pray. You know what I'm saying? And really just sit down and give yourself some time before you react and explode and do some shit you're gonna regret, and then you have to deal with that as well. On top of whatever.
I think that time piece is important, and we don't put enough on that, man. And I know a lot of us heard of the 72-hour rule, where it's just like, if it's not gonna matter and it's 72 hours, then don't put no emotions or no energy towards it. And that's easier said than done. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people know if we feel like we got crossed and somebody did us wrong, we want to react, and we want that person to feel the same way we feel.
So what you doing? So what you do to like step back, like, like, cause some people, that's why I'm like, I'm hearing her. She sound like she snapped quick. So how do you even have time to think about like, 72-hour rule or something like that? If you just,
I feel like
I look at it like your environmental factors and your peers play a huge role in the 72-hour rule. So if you put yourself in a situation where it heightens your level of emotions and energy, you got to remove yourself from that situation, and that's the environmental factor. So
before you even get there,
situation before you even get there, or once you find yourself getting triggered, remove yourself from that. From that environmental factor.
It's all about self-awareness. It's all about self-awareness. You gotta become aware before you can even really make a change to fix it. You gotta learn. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the DQ. That's something I had to learn. Like, I know I be reacting real quick and all into my emotions. So it's like I had totaled one of my cars. Totaled that bitch. I wanted to call my best friend at the time so bad, but I know she wasn't gonna do shit but get mad and be all emotional too. And that's not how I wanted to react. So I had to take the time, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't call her right now. Let me just, and then at that time, you have a little second to think about what you're gonna do next.
Yeah,
you know.
I think that's a peer.
You gotta just become aware.
Where your peers, because honestly, man, your peers either gonna heighten it, or they gonna just remove all emotions from you. They gonna make you seem like you crazy for even tripping about something.
Yeah. Or
they gonna make you feel like, you know what I'm saying, they gonna pretty much just acknowledge everything that you said, and saying like, okay, well, you know what? Either you tripping or no, you got the right to do it. So I want to eliminate all that. I don't want any type of factors when it comes to my friends, family, or anything to play in a part of my decision making. Because at the end of the day, if I make a bad decision, ultimately it's only going to affect me.
It's on you.
You know what I'm saying? It's on you at the end of the day. And I think that was my biggest lesson growing up, man. I made a lot of situations, and I got myself in a lot of bad situations by making decisions based on what my peers was doing or what my peers feel like it was okay, you know. And I have to eliminate that. And I think with the 72-hour rule, you really got to isolate yourself so you can make those decisions. And then at the end of the day, if it's still bothering you and it's still affecting you after that 72 hours, then maybe you was right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's justifiable, but I think you at least owe yourself that, because a lot of times, man, that shit don't even matter at the end of the day.
Facts.
But right though, but like how you went to school and how you said you went off to college and everything and got down with the Sigma thing and everything, like didn't that play a role? And like did that play a role in that though? Like you just
Yeah,
thinking of shit differently
I
and
mean,
just
I think once you put yourself in a higher stage, you think about the consequences of embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? So with me, after I became a Sigma, a lot of my decisions making wasn't just about, okay, how is this going to affect me? Now it's just okay, if I do make this bad decision, it's a bigger picture around me that's going to be affected by that. So a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you got to put yourself around the right people, and that's what I touched on earlier as far as some of those people that I did meet in college. They were holding me accountable. Where, you know, some of my niggas back at the crib, they would encourage me to do bullshit. You feel me? So I think that was a huge difference.
But I'm asking that just because, like earlier, how y'all was talking about like I got away from my environment, I went to school, and I got around, like y'all was separated between your homies at home and what you doing now at school and trying to adjust and shit like that. Because I'm like, like me, I didn't even get that chance to go to like school or whatever. I went through what I went through, and once I got to doing what I'm doing, I just had to go through like what y'all saying, but without being in college and stuff, I was on a different route. So I had all my people I was around, 95% of them acted different, and he ain't on this no more, or, all of that. I ain't have a surrounding or school. I'm still me, like damn, I'm still me. So it was real hard for me. Like even with, I ain't never worked no job before I had my own business or something. So even with customer service, like I used to come at people crazy. They ain't like me. Like I used to be talking crazy. Like who you think I am? Like you think they treat you like you a worker or something? I'm coming crazy. Like you don't know me, dog. Like I was on that, and I had to learn though. Like I'm fucking up my own business by acting with this type of attitude. But and at the same time, my people like, oh, you on this and this. They on the block and shit. They don't want to be, like they ain't on what I'm on, and I'm like, damn, like so. That's what I'm like.
This nigga,
part of it has to do with like your intentions, like what do you want to do, like what do you want for yourself? Because like you said, you kind of stayed in your environment, you had shit going, you had shit kind of push you to be where you are right now. Some people got out, right after high school. Some people waited a few years until something traumatizing happened, and then they got out. It's different. It hits everybody differently. It's about what your intention is for yourself. Like when I was living in the hood and doing shit like that and selling drugs and all that shit, I didn't have no intent. I was just here. I'm just living. I'm just doing whatever I got to do to get by every single day and to pretend like I'm happy. And then, once I got to college and like my intention turned to something else. And then once I got to grad school, once I had a kid, the intention turned to something else. Grad school, something else. It's like your intention is what is going to guide you, like what you want. I feel like anybody has the capacity to do what we did, leave at 18, go to college, anybody. It's about what you want to do, and that's it. Because I ain't have nobody pay for me to go to college. I just decided what I wanted to do. So what I do in high school, I just decided I'm gonna just focus on school. I'm a partying on weekends. I'm gonna be in the hood. I'm gonna act ghetto. I'm gonna do all this shit. But when I'm here Monday through Friday, ain't nothing but me and the books, me and the paper. That's it. Like I'm a really grind this shit, and I did that. I graduated high school with a 3.8, highest than anybody in my family, anybody around me ever had even known. A fucking 3.8, and you think about that now, that ain't nothing. Yeah. But at the time where I was at, that was huge. Like, so yes, that's what got me to where I was gonna go. But that was because I decided that I didn't want to be where I was tired of that shit. Like I got tired at a young age. Like I was tired at 15. I don't want this no more. This shit is really tiring. And that's what changed my intention. Having a baby. I don't want this mediocre working for white America shit. Change my intention. Move to Atlanta. Like it's just like it's about what you want to do. I think possible.
I think the big thing with that, and we also got to understand, is just like with us, we all had that moment where the stars aligned, and we just said, you know what, this is our moment right here. But understand we're a small population as well. We're a small population where we had a traumatic event and we decided, you know what, we're gonna do this now. A lot of niggas who they going through this every single day, and it's a cycle,
it's just
and it's
a
a different
continuous cycle of trauma.
So what makes us different? Where they can have these traumatic moments going on, they can go to prison, and they can, but yet they're still being repeat offenders, and they're still doing the same bullshit, and they're not making those decisions. So that's why I say, like, your environment plays a huge part in it. Your peers plays a huge part in it. But then also, if you eliminate all those things, what you get loneliness. You get being by yourself. And a lot of people, they can't deal with that shit. And I think the biggest lesson I learned in my adulthood is how to be happy being by myself and how to be happy being alone. And I think once I got to that point, it was easy for me to say, you know what, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good for going out, or I know y'all niggas gonna be on some bullshit tonight. I'm gonna just chill, because I learned the art of how to be happy being alone, and I feel like it is an art, because a lot of people just can't be happy in their own skin.
It is an art.
I wanted to say that too earlier. To some point, somebody said that shit really is. It's hard. Like, even if it sounds easy to like try and get away from your environment, try to be different and shit like that, that is some real work. Like you said, it's an art to have to be alone. That's real. Like, I went from, I'm in therapy, proud to be in therapy, and I learned that, like, I've spent most of my life being a people pleaser. And now I'm in a space where, like, I damn near don't even want nobody to come visit me. Like, that's how content I am with being alone. Versus 6 years ago, I couldn't be alone. Like, I wanted to be around everybody. I wanted everybody to think I was cool, doing what they doing. Now, please don't contact me. I'm okay. Check on me every 3 months, and we good.
I'm the same way, man. Ernest to tell you, like, I'm even strategic into the point, like, where I choose to live at. Like, I live in a ducked off ass, like, nobody even know where I live. I just like being alone, and I'm happy being alone. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when I do want to pop out, I'm popping out because I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, once I learned peace and what that felt like and what that did to me, and how I feel like it fulfilled me, I didn't want nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, nothing at the club is gonna make me feel better than my peace. Nothing, no bullshit that we doing is gonna make me feel better than my peace. No fucked up relationships is gonna make me feel better than my peace already. So now everything that I do right now, I'm doing it based off, is it going to heighten, is you know what I'm saying, it's gonna heighten that level of my peace that I already have. And if it don't have that already, I just ain't fucking with it.
I know that's right.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Nigga.
And I think that something that people don't realize about loneliness too, because like I told y'all, I moved to Miami after I graduated college. I graduated in 2017. My daddy is out there, but the lifestyle I was living, I was really on my own. So it's like, I was out there by myself, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't used to even having him and that side of my family to be there every day. And it was weird because you know how you have an expectation of a relationship? Like, it was like I would go to Miami to see my daddy every summer type shit. You know what I'm saying? So we had this relationship on the phone. He sent me gifts for my birthday, blah, blah, blah. But you know how I had this expectation in my head about what it was going to be like. Then you get there and it's like, not that. Then you be like, damn.
Yeah, no, that's real though.
That's real.
So I still kind of felt very lonely in a sense. Like, I love my daddy, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, it was just a lot more to it than what I thought it was gonna be, and I was lonely, and that shit drove me to do some some of the most stupid shit ever, like to deal with the most lamest shit from niggas, and you know what I'm saying, like, for real. Like, when y'all came to Miami, I was with y'all every time. Why? I was lonely as fuck. Think about it, BQ.
Hey, we
Think
was
about
going
it
to fuck
every
off in
time.
Miami though. Hey, Nunu had us in Miami at least 3 times a year, just on some wild shit.
So it was like, you gotta be careful. Like, you really do gotta learn how to be alone, because that'll fuck you up. You'll be. And I was out here I had fun, of course, seeing my friends and shit like that. But it was just, I wasn't dealing with the fact that, bitch, you lonely. You in denial, bitch, you lonely. You fucking with this nigga, but you still lonely because he don't fuck with you like that. He trash. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with a cycle. I thought that, man, please, like. I had to be celibate. I was celibate for like 11 months before I even moved here. moved here and then I fell in love. You know what I'm saying? So it really do be about really learning how to be in solitude. And when you are, you're gonna meet somebody that's on that vibrational level, and you're gonna be good.
Yeah.
And it's
And
gonna be an addition to your happiness, and you're gonna be happy.
That's real shit,
Tough.
man.
It's tough
That's
though.
real shit.
It is hard. It was very hard, man. But I had to realize, man, like I had that breaking point. Like I ended up finding out the nigga had a girlfriend on my birthday, and I just had a breaking point. It was just like, I'm worth so much more than this. Like any nigga would really be lucky, and I'm not dealing with this type of shit no more.
Facts.
No,
And I'm, you know what? I'm just gonna not deal with nothing for a while. But me, I got to figure out why the fuck I'm even. How did I even get here? Like, what am I on?
You?
Yeah, like what am I really like? You know what I'm saying? Am I really that lonely to where this what I'm dealing with? Like I don't know who I am or some shit. Like I really lost myself. Okay, let's step back. Let's lock it all down and let's try it again. Because
that
this
shit
is
tough,
not.
Though. That shit tough as hell, man.
Yourself, especially like as a woman, I feel like we struggle more with being alone than men, because men, like, you guys can find other avenues to like feel your loneliness. Like you can make your loneliness look like something else. Women, we like emotional creatures, so it's just like we crave, you know, some type of person, something else to be there other than ourselves. So we not naturally like good with solitude. I feel like men could do that. Y'all could do that.
But it's not natural though. No matter what nobody tell you, no matter how no dude act, that it's not. It's not natural.
The way we do it is we start meeting random bitches, and we be fucking these random bitches who we don't really like for real. Ugly bitches. She got some titties, so she got some ass.
She got some titties.
It sounds like it's the same thing.
For real.
You know what
I
I'm
know
saying?
with my experience, like I came out of an engagement. I was on my way to a wedding and about to go off into the sunset. And then that's when I broke away from that wedding got called off. And then I got kind of pushed into that life. And so I was just doing pretty much whatever, like dating whoever, talking to whoever. And now, like 2 years later, I look at it like, girl, you was lost. Like, and it's because, like when you're going through shit and you don't want to be alone, you don't want to face being alone, like you will feel that barrier with anything.
You
like,
a damn loneliness will literally make you do some desperate ass shit. Like you be desperate.
Hey, no, for real though. For real
you
though.
be desperate.
When I
That's
first
real.
moved, I left my kid was still in Michigan. I came to Georgia by myself, and I didn't have shit. I filled up my car, whatever could fit in there, and I drove here. Like, and I didn't have nothing. So I came here in a very low space. So it's just like whatever came with that space, I was just taking that shit. And now that like I'm back to who I am, it's just looking back like, Jesus, like
I feel
you
that.
be kind of shocked at some of the shit you choose to do, because you just like, I can't believe I was ever there. But like you said, it's circumstance, like the shit that's around you, like your expectations, all that shit plays a role in what you choose to do.
I feel like
honestly, man, I feel sorry for anybody who hasn't experienced like what happiness and peace feels like, because happiness with somebody versus happiness with peace is two totally different things.
Totally
And
different.
I think, man, it's totally different things. And like with my situation, I grew up in a single parent household, and it's four siblings. I got a twin brother. I don't know what the fuck being by myself even felt like. You know what I'm saying? I shared the womb with somebody. You feel me? So it's just like me finding peace was really like something that I had to like, okay, I have to get used to this. And I had hella nights where I broke down. I had hella nights where it's just like, man, fuck this. I'm desperate now. Now I want to make bad decisions. Now I want to make bad choices because I didn't know what being peace with myself or being in myself felt like. And that shit fucked me up, man. Like I'm telling you.
But majority of everybody don't know. For real.
Mm-hmm. That's facts, bro.
What's crazy is I literally on Instagram, like I was just saying, like, you know how you pray and they say you're supposed to have a relationship with God and you're supposed to have these conversations with God, but it's like I be praying, I've been and pray for 30 minutes, but then I pray and I go about my day. But it's like a conversation is when you talk and listen. Mm-hmm. So I've been being intentional about listening. And when you speak about peace today, DQ, if you go watch my Instagram story, I literally told myself for the rest of the year on my lunch breaks, I'm going to go outside in the little garden and just take my Bible out there and just intentionally just listen to God, not pray, but just listen. And I literally was so peaceful today. I fell asleep. I didn't even know I was nigga. I was out there knocked out. I woke up, I got on Instagram like, hey, am I wrong for falling asleep? Like, or was that God's peace for real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Did I miss him?
Though.
Like,
that's a good sign.
Did he come talk to me and knock my stupid ass out on the way out? Like,
need a nap.
I was
needed that.
But no, then my man, he messaged me. He's like, no, that's the peace of God. You had a lot going on your mind today, and you asked for peace, and that's what you got. Now you good. And I'm like, yeah, that's deep. Yeah. It's a very tranquil place if you allow yourself to enjoy it, and it's hard to enjoy when you've never had it.
Facts.
And you got it before it was too late, because that's what I'm like. I my whole life I didn't pray, but I knew I was doing wrong, but I prayed, every day. I knew it took me to be locked up and just there, by yourself in that cell, just to be really think about it. Like, man, I've been praying on the wrong stuff. Like I'm fucked up in the head though, for real. Like, like praying that I make it home when I'm doing bull, So
yeah,
on that road and just all I'm praying I make it back so I can serve everybody tomorrow.
Like do some bullshit. Yeah,
it's the wrong. I was in that cell though, like on the same thing, but like you said, like. I was listening though, like I was like, damn, I used to think that, like, damn, maybe I'm here. This is what I'm here for, like, to sit me down, like, because I already knew, what I was supposed to be on. I already was hearing the voices and what I should be doing. Yeah. I already felt how I felt. I already felt alone, even surrounded by 100 people every day. Like I already had felt it, like I was in my own zone and I wasn't supposed to be, I just felt like I ain't supposed to be here, but I was just like, I'm making it, I'm putting that shit in my own head that I'm doing this so I can be where I'm supposed to be. But, at the same time, I could have did the shit a whole bunch of other ways. And it took me to be like, sit down. Like, that's how I felt. Like, God sat me down. Like,
I think prison very intentional, though. You know what I'm saying? Prison very, very intentional as far as putting you in that space where you have to sit down. And I think the people that reoffend the most are the ones who come into prison still trying to live that same life in that environment.
And they still won't listen. They there, but they still not listening. They not coming to terms with it. They just spinning the wheel.
Facts.
Yeah, so I mean, it's difficult. Yeah. It's very difficult, man. The last 8 years, I've been dealing with a lot of mental health kids and a lot of at-risk kids who's been locked up in residential facilities. And like these little niggas, man, they be 15, 16 years old. I'm talking about with bodies and some of the trauma that they going through. And it's just like, man, they come in there not even escaping their environment. So it's just like, how can this transition be therapeutic for them where they can actually learn a lesson and actually get out and actually be productive citizens when these systems has pretty much everything in the streets that they was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost no escape. So even having that alone time when you being locked up or in prison or whatever, it's just like you don't even get that then. Like you really have to challenge yourself. I need to block out everybody and everything around me and actually listen at that point and actually, you know what I'm saying, figure out who you are.
Facts.
Yep. And for real, at that age, keep talking to them though. I'm glad you said you're doing that. Keep talking to them for real, even if it's just one of them that listen or whatever. Keep on talking to them for real.
They wild, man. It's like every year, it's like every year I'm dealing, and then like the kids I deal with, they not just from Michigan, they from Cali. So like the gang culture is like super instilled in them. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like with us in Michigan, we grew up off blocks. I don't know where y'all cities at, but like with us, it was just blocks. With these niggas, it's actual gang culture. You know what I'm saying? Like Serranos and Norteños, different shit like that. So it's just like they got this whole culture and this whole pressure to actually represent this culture. And if you don't, it's death. Death is a consequence. So to actually have somebody sit down and be like, you know what, I need you to make the right decision. They're not thinking about the right decision because the right decision for them could be death. The right decision for them could be their mom house getting shot up. The right decision for them, you know what I'm saying, big homies put some money on your head. So it's just like it's easy for a lot of people, especially with us. And I don't want the listeners to think, well, we all on this podcast, we all educated, we all did the right thing,
Nah.
and life is just so easy. Man, it's a whole different population where a lot of niggas they don't have those same decisions that we had, and we actually can do the right thing. A lot of these niggas, they dealing with death as a consequence.
But like what you saying though, but like exactly what you're saying, if they keep doing what they doing, or if they scared because if they switched over this and that, the consequence could be death or this and that. But at the same time, if you stay what you're doing, it ain't no other route though. You don't even got an option. It's two options. Like everybody know. Like there's no different. It ain't no cheating it. It ain't no escaping it. It ain't no quitting it. It ain't no nothing. Once you so deep in, then you stuck. Like so. That's why I'm like at that age, for real. That's where I lost a lot of the closest relatives or whatever that I didn't try to talk to. But at the same time, I was in the bullshit. So don't nobody want to hear when they look up to you. They don't want to hear that shit because they like you doing it, but they don't understand you trying to tell them for real. Like like you might not make it out. I'm lucky to be doing what I'm doing right now, and I know that. Like so. I don't know nobody else that was in my circle that didn't made it out so far. Either they still in it right now or it's a wrap, whether it's jail or dead. So like you got a better chance though trying to get out than you do staying in because it's a wrap. If you stay in it, it's only gonna go so far. So that's why I'm like at the same time you gotta let them know that though.
I feel like
it's scary to get out. It's scary to get out, but that's your best shot.
Yeah.
That's why I said earlier you have to create your own intention. Because
that's what I was gonna say with Imani.
When I worked in a juvenile facility like the one DQ worked in, it was like them kids taught me a whole new perspective of life. Like, yes, we was doing like some hood shit. We was breaking in people's houses and shit like that. But these kids is killing each other. Like, I was not 14, 15 years old knowing what it's like to drop a body. Like I had girls coming in our facility, not just little dudes, girls coming in. They got bodies and shit like that. And a lot of them, which is crazy, they would do shit to get sent to our facility. Because they would tell us, like the staff members, that this the only piece I got. Shit. Being at home ain't no peace there. So yes, I did say I was gonna kill myself so they could send me here for 2 weeks. Shit, because I'm tired of being at home. They found comfort in being with us because that was the best thing they knew, and that was like to me being in the facility, sleeping on these plastic ass beds. It could be fights every day. Y'all on lockdown. What teenager wants to live? That's peace to some of these teenagers today. And that's what it was really, like I said, it was a culture shock coming down here. I was not just talking shit. Like everything about being down here has been a culture shock because I come from the Midwest, Chicago, Michigan. That's it. So the hood there ain't the same, like you said, as Cali, New York. We get kids from all over here in Georgia, all over. They shit don't be what we think it was back at home. Like it'd be crazy.
Facts. And I wanted to say
it don't be that, but we got a lot of kids to try to like imitate that, so they be it's not as much as you see down there, but we got, every few in the bunch, they trying to take it there because of what they doing where you at, like stuff like that. They trying to be like that. They want to show you that we on that too and stuff, and it's always a handful that's gonna take it to the extreme because they want to prove their point.
I feel like
no matter where you at.
Worldwide now, I don't even think it's area based no more. Like this is few years ago. I think it's
generational.
Like I'm hearing bodies dropping in Kalamazoo, and I'm like, wait, where the fuck
they killing niggas in Kalamazoo
every day. Every day right now.
Like that's why I'm like, it's going worldwide now. I'm speaking to when I first got here.
And like what E was saying earlier, like he went to college and got out at a perfect time. Like he was one of the people calling me, waking me up in the middle of the night about people that I had love for and stuff like that. Like, oh, he ain't make it, or and I used to be fucked up, like, but people like E is who helped people like me, you know what I'm saying? Like he got out and he was doing stuff and he still spoke to me on a regular, like to this day, so stuff like that. I always kept friends like him or something that talk to you like that. But like when he got out at that time and when that was going down, like all that type of stuff, he see it now with his little brothers. And in similar situations though, he see it a lot though.
And it's like these little niggas now, they don't get it. They can't see what I can see. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
their intelligence not the same intelligence that I got. They feeling for the earth and their surroundings, and just seeing situations like they want to be in this shit in a way because they don't. They scared.
They don't know
what's the
these
difference, though?
niggas. These young niggas don't give a fuck.
They don't. It's like back then, people did this shit. People killed people. Obviously, people sold drugs, but it was a control to the shit. Now
Yeah.
there's no control. These little boys just like they saw that life and they took off. Like,
Yeah.
ain't
Listen, when I tell you I'm from Benton Harbor, I'm from Benton Harbor, and I literally just got on Instagram last night and seen that a nigga was in a shootout, bro. Survived the shootout, got shot in the head, drove himself to the hospital, survived.
That shit crazy.
That
They
shit
love
crazy.
Normal. It's the
But
normal.
but you know what though? I think the biggest difference, like with our generation, like when our big homie spoke, we listened. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
wasn't.
And these are
it wasn't,
young niggas.
It wasn't no bullshit.
We
like
did,
that
but
when
we
it came-
didn't though. We did, but we didn't. That's why I'm like, it's worse now. But we ain't
I
listen.
think it's worse now because it's just like with us, like when our big homie spoke, we listened or we knew we was gonna get violated. With these new niggas, they looking like, man, nigga, I'm up 30 bands right now. Nigga, what the fuck your old ass gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's like, nigga, I got more guns than you and I got more money than you. What you gonna tell me?
Ain't no.
So it's just like it's no control at all. And then if you think about it, I always tell niggas 75% of the niggas that's dead or in prison off the street life weren't even real street niggas. They just want to live a lifestyle that they, you know what I'm saying, that they never ever knew nothing about, but they just admired it so much.
Facts.
That's facts.
Now I wanted to say that because
facts
I
everywhere.
think that in any situation, no matter where we come from, you come from Alicia, where you surrounded by all these people who don't
Tell Alicia
necessarily
take her,
like you.
Her shit off mute.
She good.
We ain't heard from her.
Or the rest of us, goddamn hood babies. You have to be forceful and in your decision making. You know what I'm saying? You have to want to get out. You have to want to do better. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you're going through, if you don't want it for yourself, I don't care what you're going through. You have to make the decision. You have to be, I'm looking for the word and I can't fucking find it. You have to be like transactional. It's a word that I can't think of right now. Yeah. And into making your life better. If you want your life better, no matter what you do, you have to take the steps to make it better. No matter
like
how bad it is.
Part of that comes with like your exposure too, like we were speaking to earlier. Cause like for me, I was in a college gear program. So I was going on college tours every summer. My friends in the hood, they don't know what a damn college, they ain't even think about college.
Don't even care.
That's the last thing on their mind. So me going on a college tour, that exposed me to different. Me going out of state. Some of my friends, they first time traveling last year, and we in our late 20s.
Yep.
So, me going out of town, being exposed to different people, like that's what made me decide, like, okay, there's something else out there. Now I should go get that instead of staying here. Some people don't know. Like you would be amazed. They really don't know that there's something else. There's another choice, that you got the power to make the choice. A lot of people really do not know that.
Facts.
And a lot of people do freaking know it. They just scared. They too scared.
And that's what I want to say. People
They for
scared.
real. A lot of people do know when they scared though, just because like he said it earlier and everything though, like some people just they scared to be nobody.
Yep.
When they used to being what they is. When you know what I'm saying, when you grow up in the hood, you got respect, you didn't did this, you didn't did that, and everybody, rather it's being a shooter or a money getter or whatever or just being you, everybody know you. Everybody respect you for being whatever you is. And when you go to that different environment or you stop doing whatever you was doing before, nobody treat you the same. Or you go to a new place, nobody know you. You ain't getting that.
Facts. You got to
same
start
respect.
over. And it's a
You're not getting
motherfucker
that,
starting
so.
over. Nigga, when I went to Alabama State, I'm like, nigga, I'm just a normal ass fat kid now, nigga. I gotta start all over. I gotta try to mac these bitches all over again. Same thing when I got to Western. Shit. Although I did get some help when I crossed that way. I pledged my first semester, so I was good. But
You wasn't cool as Big E no more that play football, basketball,
you know what I'm
rap,
saying?
hang with the thugs.
You
You
know what I'm
wasn't cool
saying?
E no more.
I had to reinvent I reinvented myself. I'm still reinventing myself. That's how I got to doing this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, if you want change, you have to do it. I'm gonna reinvent myself again in a couple months. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Exactly. A lot of people ask me why I keep sticking with the name Nunu. You know what I'm saying? But that's because, like, for one, I admire that name because I really transformed from a person. Y'all remember when y'all first met me? For one, being from Ben Harbor, I'm used to knowing
I
everybody.
was dragging your ass out of parties from beating up girls and shit, man.
Whatever. I'm used to knowing everybody though. So when I first got there, it was like people used to be all extra fucking friendly, like, oh hey, and I used to be like, I don't fucking know you. Why are you talking to me? Type shit. And that's just because where I'm from, I know everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the type of culture shock for me. But
yeah.
How you get the Nunu name?
They gave it to me. The Sigmas actually gave it to me because when the movie ATL came out, for one, they used to always say, had this accent and I'm country. And then I used to imitate the girl all the time. So they just gave me that name.
Thanks.
But I want to keep the name because, like I said, that was a transformation for me, being like, I made the decision to go to college because, just like DQ said, none of my people went to college, had, you know what I'm saying, had no experience. I decided that I wanted to do something different and be a different person. And just like E said, I'm deciding that today, and I feel like I'm going to continue to evolve into a different person. So I'm going to keep that name because I'm always going to be on the new shit. And that's not even no some materialistic shit, but that's just within myself, like trying to elevate higher within myself, not even on
I like
things that I can have that's tangible, but mental, physical, and spiritual on some new all the time.
This week's episode is sponsored by the Design Lab at Shutterstock & Co. From logos and business cards to invitations and custom tees, the Design Lab is your one-stop shop for graphics. The Design Lab is the sole creator for copacetic merchandise, available now. Use your promo code COPACETIC for 10% off your copacetic merchandise. Shop now using the link in our bio. Back to the podcast. Moving into our next segment, the email of the week. Keep sending your emails to thecopacetichour@gmail.com or visit our website, www.thecopacetichour.com. And please make sure you create your own Copacetic Hour clip, maybe using the video or using the audio from the podcast, and use the hashtag TCH fan of the month. So make sure you make your clip and get it out there. This week, for the email of the week, dear TCH, the Copacetic Hour, I recently found out that my fiance has a criminal history. When she was in high school and college, she was arrested on felonious assault charges. 3 separate charges and 3 separate arrests. I literally only found out because I wondered what would come up when I Googled her. The third link was her name and arrest records and says she served 3 years in prison.
Damn.
I want to bring it up because I want to know the story, but I don't know how to approach it. I feel different around her now. Like there's a whole other life she's lived that I have no idea about. Should I bring it up? If so, how? Thanks, y'all. Please help me out.
Wait, you said wife, right? He married her?
He's his fiance.
Oh, and what you mean you want to bring it up, but you don't know how?
That's a whole conversation.
What is he talking about?
Yeah,
Hey,
I think that he definitely needs to bring that up.
Like
He's so soft.
Oh, it's like you don't have to be disrespectful about it. You just be honest. You just let her know, like, hey, you know, I ran across this. You know what happened? Why?
I
You know
ran
why did
across this.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be like, what's this? I ain't gonna be like, I ran across this. I'm like, what's this about?
So you
Right.
would.
What you mean?
So you would.
You about to marry her? She your fiance?
Yeah.
What's this about?
So
Soon as I see it, I'm screenshotting it to you. We not with each other, or I'm saying something when we get home. What the hell is this? Like,
so y'all wouldn't feel like
Yeah.
he was, background checking her,
no,
anything like that. Y'all wouldn't feel way about
If your
that.
fiance got a problem with that, you don't need to marry her.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
No,
If she got a
that
problem,
shit.
why?
What
That
about
shit
trust?
weird. If you're doing a background check on your girl before you marry her,
What about
if
trust?
if
That
you
ain't
if you
weird.
got
All right,
That's
look.
not weird at all.
Why you
All
gonna
right,
do a
look.
background
If
check
you
before you even date her?
before
you
you
knew-
marry her, I'm gonna do that shit while
if
we
you
dating.
knew,
Let alone, you
but
know what I'm saying?
nah. But if you knew you was a 4-time felon and your fiance did a background check on you after you proposed to her, she said yeah, and a couple weeks later she like, before we get too close, you gonna say she weird?
No, I'm just saying. I'm looking at it like this: if there's somebody I'm about to marry, 9 times out of 10, we didn't already share stories like that. So she hiding something for one. So
Facts.
I mean, I just
But
feel
you ain't
like,
gonna
and then,
ask her about it?
No, I'm gonna ask her about it for sure. But I think another thing with the felonious assault, I mean, let's not get that shit confused. That's just threatening somebody. That's not like you
Yeah.
actually did some shit.
And that's
So
what I was
like,
thinking. Like, what if she went
that's a
to?
threat.
I mean, but you could have waved the weapon
more
too. You could
reason
have
to
Yeah.
waved the weapon right in front of him for felonious assault though. You could have had the
Yeah.
weapon on you though, for
Yeah.
real.
But that's
that's
even
right.
more reason to ask. If you think it was nothing,
Exactly.
if I'm threatening somebody, why don't you want to ask them about
Yeah.
threatening somebody? That's even more
And
reason.
was it a male or a female too? I want to know all that though.
So the
like,
way it read,
Yeah.
I read it. I'm thinking it's a man, not one
I'm
that
about to
asks
say
his.
that's
Yeah.
if I'm asking anything,
if she,
if I'm asking anything, did you get charged in a domestic dispute
Yeah.
with felonious assault? Because then I probably shouldn't be fucking with your ass. But if
Facts.
you just got
Right.
into it with some girls at the club or something, and you waved your knife, or you know what I'm saying, you waved the pocket burner, it's like, all right, I get that.
Well,
But
she
it's
said it
like,
happened
shit,
in high school. It said that
man, that's a fight, bro.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe she went to a wrong
for
school,
high school
or
though?
whatever. It said that she
If
had.
it happened in high school though, I still gotta ask about it. But
Yeah.
it ain't as big of a deal. High school shit.
And that's what that's why it might be what he thinking. Like, nigga, this happened when I was a kid. What do it matter now?
But it still means something though, because it means she got it in her.
Yeah.
Right. I would just bring it up, even if you're not worried
But
about
I want to
it.
know. Either way it go, I want to know.
Yeah, just so there ain't no secrecy or nothing. I would just bring it up.
Right.
If you're not worried
That's a
about
quality to me, man. That shit gonna make me love
Look,
you even more.
Right.
I don't question
nigga,
nobody.
You're a writer.
Yeah, you're up to Thule. You're up to Thule on the
Hey, exactly. And I don't question nobody. But if we getting married and I see that, I gotta ask.
Yeah.
That's life. I don't gotta be friends with you for life. But what you mean?
Facts.
Like with your friends and outsiders?
When I first moved to the first man I dated in Georgia, I did a background check on him. He lied about
you crazy. You just crazy.
He has no. I had worked.
No, as a woman, you got to be cautious.
Why you got to be cautious as a woman though? Why a man don't got to be cautious?
I wasn't even going in to be like, okay, I'm about to do a check on him. He had multiple stalking charges in different states. He had drug charges. Wow. He was 2 years older than what he told me he was.
How long was y'all dating? How long was y'all dating before you did that?
Probably like 2 months. It was like
okay. I'm about to say, don't tell me no 2 weeks. No,
it was like
no week. And I pulled this back like you crazy.
I had somebody tell me my permanent address after 2 weeks, and he was a dude.
Damn.
Only
You gotta leave him. You gotta leave him. Don't do it. Don't do it. If somebody looking into you a week or two, if somebody looking into all your personal business, you gotta let that go. Cause they crazy. That's crazy.
Facts.
Now months and marriage and all that stuff, that's different. Like you gotta know who you're gonna be with for the rest of your life, or who I'm gonna be with for so many years. But if you a week pass and you like
experience, I want to look somebody up after a week after having that experience. Shit, it make me want to.
I think the only thing with that though
don't
is
do
just
it.
Like once you put yourself in a mindset where I want to look for something, that shit not gonna stop until you find something. So you're gonna constantly be trying to just look like it has to be something under the surface. And when you kind of get your mind thinking like that, the smallest shit will trigger you. Like,
but
you know
did you
what?
hear though?
Nigga, you lied
but
about
did you hear though? But did you hear though? She said there was a couple months, right? She said after she looked that up and seen it, she did do it after that though. Like, see how that fucked up the future?
See, it's gonna fuck up everything.
That fucked up the future.
I did not say I did
You
it.
looked up and seen a psycho, so now everybody 2 days in. What's your name, Daryl King?
I said it make me want to do it now. I did not say I do it.
That's why you don't do that.
Looking
Though.
up
Like, that's gonna fuck your future up.
God
That's gonna
damn.
fuck your future up.
I'm dead.
My
I
thing,
did not say I
Now
did
you didn't
that.
miss your next husband because you on that though. 'Cause you tell me that. I'm out.
Not a stalker.
Because this
Right.
nigga got a
I
couple.
was
Not after some weeks, like,
Not a
well, I
fucking
was
Cousin nigga
stalker
got a
I
couple
see
with
stalker
multiple
cousins,
Like
charges
man.
what?
all
Hey,
across the
fuck.
United States and shit.
Hey,
Talk about
stalker,
next
man.
husband.
Listen,
No,
man.
thank you.
There were also red flags with him. I met him at the job, obviously. He wasn't even trying to do the same thing I was doing. He was trying to do something on the lower tier, but they end up pulling him out and telling him like that he had to leave. So it was other things that had me wondering, like, I wonder what kind of person he really is, because he explained that story totally different to me. When I looked him up, I realized why he got pulled out of the orientation, because he had multiple charges. So it's just
Okay,
like,
but if you couldn't have looked them up, how
I
would
would
you have gone
I
about
probably
that
would
though?
have kept dating him until he did some crazy shit. I would have
But
had
you
a
said he showed you red flags though.
to get back on subject, it would bother me that she went to prison for 2 years and you didn't say shit. Like, why haven't you ever talked to me about you going to prison?
How you gonna present it though? Tell me what you gonna do, E.
We're gonna be butt naked, right?
Whoa.
I'm a
He
slide.
skipped through a bunch of shit. Wait, yeah, we're gonna be butting that like damn.
motherfucking thing.
Like damn, what? Keep going, man.
We're gonna be butt naked. I'm gonna slide in. I'll be like, so you went to
What?
prison?
Nah, you tripping, bro. You tripping, bro.
Nigga talking about, but you gonna ask
Not
that
so
shit
you
in
with the
struggle?
prison.
I'm gonna slide in and what?
You went to prison, baby?
Hey, I ain't
Damn.
gonna
I
lie,
was
bro.
Googling your name, head ass.
If she lying about prison, if she lying about
Why you
prison, she
smacking
lying
on her
about a bunch
ass?
of shit.
What happened?
You gonna be what?
What happened?
You gonna be smacking her ass like what you
Mm-hmm.
do to go to prison, baby?
What happened?
You sick, bro.
Nah, bro, don't do that. Nah, but bro, you just gotta sit down with her and y'all just gotta have a talk. You gotta man up and just have a talk with her, bro.
At dinner though?
Yeah,
Real
you
talk.
definitely gotta address that for sure.
At dinner, I would have dinner. Just make dinner for
Let
her.
me-
Some shit. If you just gonna be your wife, bro, you gotta be able to talk about anything. I love
Well, let
that
me hear this.
I'm in a relationship where I can be vulnerable with my wife. I don't have to like think about she gonna think I'm some hoe ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because I could tell her my deepest fears and thoughts and feelings.
But do
you know what
you
I'm saying?
care if she think you a hoe ass nigga if you look some shit up like that?
No, not at that time. No. But I'm just saying, like,
That's what I'm saying. I'm asking.
If she's gonna be your wife, though, you got to be able to be vulnerable like that. To me, as a man,
she gotta be vulnerable.
As a man, like, we go through a lot of shit in the world where we got to be these tough ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Somebody come at my wife, now I got to kill a nigga. So when it's just me and her, I need to be able to be vulnerable if I have that in me. It's not saying that's something that is all the time, but if I have a moment where I need to be comfortable being like that around you.
Let me hear from DQ.
I think that's my biggest fear, though, bro. And I know
that
like,
shit
me,
deep,
I
bro.
Feel like, hey, no,
what's your biggest fear?
I think that's my biggest fear as far as being 100% open and vulnerable with somebody, because I don't think it's a light switch. Because naturally, I'm already a private person. Naturally, I keep all my business to myself. I don't have a heavy presence on social media and shit like that. And it's like people would think otherwise just because of some of the situations that I've been in and just college and all that shit. Naturally, I love being by myself. So me being with somebody, I'm super hesitant on sharing too much of anything with them. you know what I'm saying, prison for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit you got to talk to your partner about.
Facts.
But I just think I don't think it's a light switch for me, man. I think that's gonna be my biggest struggle when it comes to like marriage and just being
But
100%
how you gonna
open with
present
you.
this situation though? How you gonna present you? All right, you propose, and within a month you look some shit up like that, and you see she
Man,
didn't
that shit
been
almost
the
that
joint.
shit
What
almost
you? How you?
I think with me it's
What's your
almost a
next
deal
step?
breaker though. It's almost a deal breaker for me because it's like if you lied about prison, you lied about a bunch of other shit already.
Wait. How you know
You
she
know what I'm
lied about
saying?
it just because she ain't told you about it?
That's a
That's
lie.
That's a
lying.
That's a lie.
damn.
That's lying.
Damn. Okay.
Straight up lie. Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you talk about
So
2
I'm a
years of
lying
your
ass
life
nigga.
you was in prison. Man, hell no. And I know for a fact I didn't. Hey, hey,
So I'm a lying ass nigga. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah.
That's why this nigga asking all these questions, bro. I knew it
Yeah.
was something, bro.
I'm about to go home like, look, baby, let me tell you.
I'm scared of you.
Hey, in the 5th grade, I shot a nigga. I gotta let you know. I gotta leave this shit off my heart.
Oh my God. I'm cutting that part out too.
That's lying, bro. He the realest nigga I know though. He be telling his wife everything.
See, I can't do that shit, bro. Like I think
I feel like DQ.
I think
like
my finances, all that shit got to be like my business. Like how much money I got, how much money, that's my business. It's hard for me to share those type of things with a partner.
But that's a deal breaker even before you talk to her about it?
No. I mean, it's a deal breaker if I got to find out and we about to get married.
So you wanted her to tell you she did 3 years back in the day before you even proposed? She didn't know you was going to propose.
Man, listen, a nigga like me, I'm gonna drag my feet anyway. I ain't proposing off the jump when we first get together. So, motherfucker, you gonna
be longer than a month, huh?
Yeah, you gonna have a couple years to get that story
that
out,
in,
man,
right?
so.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hilarious. So go ahead and end the podcast there. I think we need to get this group together and do a part 2. You know what I'm saying? Give them y'all hit up. Let them know where they can find y'all. Anything y'all got going on. Promote yourself. Get about 1,000 listens every episode.
Follow me on Instagram at _IMANI Watson, WATSON. And I have a book coming out this December. It's called Imani Means Faith. So please be on the lookout for that. And you can find all the information on my Instagram.
Facts.
It was a pleasure once again. It's always great to be on here. Thank you for the platform. You can check me out on Twitter at ByCY. Book me for your mobile bartending needs, birthday parties, baby showers, holidays, whatever. Mood swigs. Yeah.
Facts.
Thank you for having me again. We definitely got to do a part 2. You guys can find me on Instagram. My personal Instagram is at sincerely.new, and in is new is NUEE, and my blog page is the newsstand, THENUESSTAND.
Hit her up.
Yeah, follow me at Lifestyles, like I said before. I'm gonna put it on there. You can't even see this.
You can see it.
Can't even read that. You can see it
a little bit, nigga. You got a whole commercial during the show. What the fuck?
I know, but exactly. But you don't ever post the video portion, so
you don't
follow
be
me though at Lifestyles Apparel. You can go to Lifestyles Aesthetics Tool. I did the websites www.com. Either or Lifestyles. Either way, just follow me at that. Money to be made with the number 2. All that.
Facts.
Yeah, it's your boy DQ, man. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, DQ_11. Group home here in Kalamazoo, Dream Living Group Homes for mental health and behavior stabilization. So if you have anybody that's in need of shelter, youth, not no grown ass man, but in need of shelter, hit me up.
I'm on the way. Hey, let me. Hey, send me the info.
Hey, no, if you got kicked out your mama
conversation, I'm about to get put out. I'm like,
I can't help you, but and also real estate as well, man. If I buy any type of houses, if you're trying to get rid of a house, somebody that's going to foreclosure, tell them to hit me up, man. The business phone number is 269-234-0467. So hit me up, and like I said, man, I'll buy your house from you, so you ain't got to worry about none of that bullshit.
Facts.
My name is Alicia. Thank you again for having me on the show. Can't wait for part 2 as well. I got too much going on. You can follow me on Instagram, bohemian.hippie.chick. If you want stuff to look at, to laugh at, or to be inspired by different things. So, yeah.
Facts. So I am your host, 5. You can hit me up on IG at the notorious_BIG_E, or hit up the podcast Instagram at the Copacetic Hour, or hit up the podcast Twitter at Copacetic Hour, or hit up our website, www.thecopacetichour.com. Please, we're going to leave you with our mantra. Please protect your peace, secure your wealth, and define your destiny. This is the Copacetic Hour. Peace.
You're tuning in to the Copacetic Hour.
This is the copacetic hour.
Why don't you just chill?
Why don't you just chill? Why don't you just chill?